So check it, right? So I watched dude talk. One of the dudes that was standing there when the woman got hit with a brick in her face because she didn't want to give a dude her phone number. So I watched him give his explanations about how she's a troublemaker. She was running around slapping white people, and she all she wanted was attention. And we give her the attention that she wanted. And he's not gonna risk his life for somebody who's looking for trouble. And the shit he said is one thing, but the comments is a whole nother story. The comments from other black women that are saying things like, you right, protect unproblematic black women. So now we gonna put categories on it. So today we only protecting unproblematic black women. Tomorrow, what are we only protecting light-skinned black women, or dark-skinned black women? And maybe the next day we protecting black women with real hair as opposed to black women with weaves or wigs, or black women with short hair or straight hair or braids. Which black women are we gonna protect? Black women we know, black women we don't know, black women with kids, black women without kids. Are y'all crazy? Like this, first of all, this dude and all the other dudes that were there and did not say nothing and did not intervene are members of the coward culture that I've been talking about for the longest. They were raised to be cowards. They're envious towards women. They would like to be where they would like to hold the position that black women hold in our communities. They covet that. They want to be that. So they cowards. So yeah, okay, I don't know the woman. I did not go research the woman to find out if she was doing all these things he said because I don't care. If that's the case, if you saw that unfolding, then you should have intervened before it unfolded. You should have said something before. Sometimes you got to take a little risk. I keep saying this. Always, oh, I don't want to get arrested. I'm gonna risk my freedom and risk my life. Cowards. If you're not willing to put anything at risk to protect your women, you're a coward. There's no other word to define you. You could call it what you want to call it. Excuse me, but you're a coward. You should have intervened long before it got to the point of him hitting her with a brick. That didn't come out of nowhere. They probably went back and forth, whatever. If you know her, you claim you know who this woman is. This is why you didn't intervene. I don't believe that, but like you claim this, you know who this woman is. If you know her and you know this is what's gonna happen, why didn't you stop it before it got that far? Why did you sit there and watch it unfold? I bet you your punk ass got a video in your phone of the whole thing. I bet you saw, if you did know her, you saw her, and instead of trying to stop it before it got out of hand, you pulled your phone out and recorded it like the coward that you are. I can only call it like I see it. And this is coward shit at its greatest. This is how I first started doing YouTube videos and all that with the Fuckboy Chronicles. Because you dudes is fuckboys. It's no other words to describe you than fuckboy, coward, lame, whatever you want to call it. But you're not a man. How can you call yourself a man when you stand by and watch women be abused? Let's be clear. You protect black women, black men. I'm talking to black men, nobody else. You protect black women at all costs. You intervene immediately when you see it. The only time, and I'm going to give you this, the only time you do not intervene immediately is when the man and the black woman that are in this disagreement or whatever you want to call it are romantically involved. If they're in a relationship, and you can usually tell this based on the argument, maybe you don't get involved right away because they could be arguing, they could be going through this shit, and it may not lead to nothing. And they may do this all the time. You don't want to put yourself in the mix and cause it to go someplace where it didn't have to go. But if you stand there and you see it going too far, even if they're in a relationship and he tries to put his hands on her and he puts his hands on her, and you stand there and watch that, you's a coward to the fifth power. There's no getting around that. And I'm so sick of dudes making excuses about why they didn't do nothing. I remember the dude in Harlem bit the lady, and then there's another dude I think at Coney Island hit the lady with a skateboard because she ain't want to talk to her. And there's always some other dudes standing around watching it, man. Like you gotta be kidding me. Oh, but I didn't want to risk. I didn't want to go to jail. I didn't want to risk my life. I don't get it, man. Like when I was coming up, you just didn't do that, man. We didn't care who it was. I keep saying this over and over and over again. Like I'm making it up. Ask somebody. When I was a kid, if you was walking down the block, when I was a teenager, if you was walking down the block, if you saw the cops harassing somebody, you stopped. You got involved. You didn't just walk by and act like you didn't see it. Like you gotta be kidding me, man. When I was in high school, I said this before, me and my homeboys had a fight with the police in the train station coming from school, and innocent bystanders and citizens that had nothing to do with it, they got involved. They saw the cops beating on teenage kids and they got involved. Why are you dudes like this, man? I understand that they have suppressed your masculinity to the extent where you feel like you want to be a woman. I understand that. Y'all may not want to admit that. Y'all may not acknowledge it. Y'all may not be aware. But this is my observation. Masculinity has been described as toxic and highlighted as being toxic. And Black men were taught that is not something that they should exhibit. And because they couldn't be men, because they were unable to exhibit masculinity, they felt ostracized. And they started to look at how the Black woman is coveted because she's always been covered amongst our community. And they jealous of it. So they begin to emulate her. They begin to take on female traits. They begin to do things that are traditionally done by women. They begin to move like women and talk like women and act like women. And then they be mad. And then they think it's okay to interact with women as if they're other men because they feel like we on equal footing now. That's not the case. You dudes is soft. And y'all don't know what to do with yourselves. Y'all like broads. I mean, like, I don't even know what to say. I just wanted to get on and say, like, yo, that dude, don't go for that. That dude that came online and was talking about, oh, I don't want to risk my freedom for a troublemaker. He's a coward. He's a coward, and all them other dudes that was there that didn't do nothing are cowards, and they probably all got videos in their phone like cowards do. That's what cowards do. Cowards pull out their phone and they record and they don't say nothing. I say it, I said it a million times, and I'll say it again. I know everybody's not built to just jump in a fight. That's not what I'm telling you to do. If you built for that, then do that. What I'm saying is at least say something. Sometimes hey, stop. What are you doing? Will derail the whole event. But y'all won't even do that. Y'all just pull out your phones and fucking record. It's crazy. It's sickening. It's sickening. And it's sickening that dudes will get up online and defend that. And people will be in the comments, other Black men and Black women will be in the comments talking about, yeah, that's the right way to do it. No, it's not. It's not the right way to do it. Defend your people, man. Because you might need somebody to defend you one day. And when your silly ass is laid up in the hospital because somebody did you dirty, or worse than that, in the graveyard, and dudes is online talking about, oh, I really want to risk my life. Scooby-Doo. Grow up, man. Man up. Stop being cowards, man. That's all I got.